5, 4. We've got ignition. 3, 2. Free chief. 1. We've got RIP takeoff. I'll be crying happy tears. Hey, y'all, face of the Bulls. Face. Face. All right, face of the Bulls. What's their ceiling? What's their floor? We're going to be breaking down the NBA predictions. Will the LA Lucas, you first heard that term here, don't forget it. Will the LA Lucas get her done? So we're going to have some NBA predictions, some hot topics. We got Elon Musk on the board. We're also going to be talking about some NC2As. You guys, the link is pinned in the chat. Please take the time to like, share, subscribe, pop up, and excrete your excrement. Karen, y'all, we got some bills to pay right quick, and then we're gonna get it rolling. Big ups to No Cap. Lil Papa. Happy tears. Let's see here. All right, y'all. Show starts at 3 minutes. We appreciate your patience. Nobody can hear this, Karen. Nobody can hear it. All right, stand by. Big ups to Karen.
News reporting, scholarship, and research.
No.
Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Please like, share, subscribe. Mouthpiece Incl starts shortly.
You're from Detroit, now you're in Chicago. How would you compare Detroit-style pizza with some of that Chicago deep dish?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with deep dish, 100%. Sausage, that's the way to go.
Sausage, not pepperoni.
Oh, yeah. Not
okay.
Pepperoni. No.
Which is? Can I ask you which is better? Detroit, Chicago?
Chicago, for sure.
There you go. Right answer.
I was very, very angry because I was learning about the history of what happened to us. And that's what Roots did to me. It brought a lot of those feelings out of me. And I became very disturbed by it. And I became very angry, and I started to retaliate in school. And it took my mother to come to me and tell me, it's a history, it's something that you should never forget, but you can rise above it and make an impact and make a change and make people aware of the pain that we have endured. But at first I was very disturbed by it, and I retaliated in some ways, violently. We used to go to other pools, and he would take me, and as soon as I get in the pool, they would get out of the pool. You don't forget your heritage, but you move forward in trying to make a better life for everyone. And that you always want to be viewed as a person. Reach back and pull someone with you.
That Ain't That Network. Everybody subscribe to That Ain't That Network, man. I'm telling you, those guys are putting some real conscious material out on their YouTube. A lot of people aren't aware of their content, but these are some very smart people that's very conscience forward.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton Eye Man. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Phil calls timeout. There was less than a minute to play. We're down 3.
This is a big 20-second timeout for Chicago.
Michael Jordan, at this advanced stage of his career, he has to play extra minutes in a grueling series.
Now the Bulls would like to get 2-for-1 possession here.
And that last sequence is one of the greatest sequences you'll ever see in any sport.
Michael working on Russell.
When I made a layup and he went back down, and I knew they were going to run their pattern and play through Karl Malone. And Karl just totally forgot that I was on the weak side. And Dennis and Malone have been fighting all game.
Michael never clears, so Malone doesn't see him. He comes from the blind side and strips him. Malone is doubled. They swat at 17 seconds from game 7.
What's going through your head when you're going back up the floor?
Get the hell out of the way, only thing I was thinking.
Yeah, get out the way.
Has this fucking ball. This is his turn.
Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
We were having a discussion, and you guys have become bougie. You don't want 12 wins in the regular season.
Yeah, I don't want 12 wins in that summer.
All right. I was watching, I forgot the show, but Danny Parkins was on there. He went on the national show, and at the end, he was like, he asked that dude, I think whose daughter was getting screwed by the video game and playing quarterback at Arizona.
Besides, and by the way, who do you think, because they told me that I was coming on after Brady. Be honest. Who's more handsome? Me or Brady? Me or Brady?
Hey, listen, be
honest.
The TV don't lie. Tom's good looking. I'm just going to tell you right there. He's pretty good looking.
All right, fine. I'll concede that one.
He's pretty good looking. Good.
Oh, man. Parkins started blushing. It was like if you asked Hugo about Donald Trump. He started blushing. He was like, well, Brady's handsome. He's handsome. Drop dead gorgeous. And you guys think we make all this up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Drop dead gorgeous.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
Excuse me for saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
That's ignorant. I'm just cold. All right, what's up, NASCAR fans? I don't know about y'all, but this President Obama is pissing me off. So I'm gonna do some dip and speak my mind. Today I'm gonna be dipping Vagisil regular strength anti-itch cream. Oh yeah, that's a big digger right there. So I'm pretty pissed off what I found out. I found out this Obama wants to put a bigger tax on gasoline.
That's when all the news came in about being in the South Park episode. Something about being poor and stupid was the theme of the episode.
Bring it on, Earnhardt. You scared of the competition? I'm just as poor and stupid as you. I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna go fast and I'm gonna turn to the left sometimes.
Can we just get back to the subject of racing, please?
Hell, bring it on, Danica. You dumb bitch. Think I can't steer left better than you?
Think I can't steer left better than you?
When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's what Callie says. Don't forget to bring a towel.
Okay. Thanks, Callie.
You want to get high?
No.
All right, y'all. We in the building. Another edition. Mouthpiece included. Karen, can you cue that music?
WQHG 97.1.
97.1.
Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. This is the pod where we talk politics. That's a fusion of sports, politics, and everything within the superposition. Today we deep dive into the heart of Chicago basketball, and we're going to be dissecting the future of the Bulls. We ask the big questions. Who is truly the face of our beloved Bulls? And what's the limit of their potential? As we unpack the production of standout players and analyze the team's dynamics, we challenge conventional wisdom, exploring fresh perspectives on what it takes to become an enduring symbol. And what it takes to become an enduring symbol for a storied franchise. As the excitement builds towards another lame season, we also bring you our NBA final predictions. We're going to be breaking down some NC2As too, bracketology. With a blend of tactical insight and new fan passion, we break down team strategies. We're going to share bold forecast moments and imagine the scenarios that could rewrite the playoff narrative. Could we be like the 2023 Miami Heat? Whether you're a seasoned analyst or a casual enthusiast, our discussion aims to spark new debates about the ceiling for success on the court. But that's not all. We pivot our focus to the political arena, tackling hot topics that are sparking debates across the United States, from shifting policy landscapes to political maneuvers that feel as unpredictable as an overtime thriller. We explore the intersection of sports, society, civics, and governance. Get ready for another engaging conversation that spans the electrifying energy of game day to the pulse of political turnarounds. This is more than just an episode. Again, it's a deep dive into the forces shaping our culture today. Before I forget, I want to say free Larry Hoover, free Chief Malik, and FGB. Get ready for an engaging conversation that spans the electrifying energy of game day to the pulse of political turnarounds. This is more than just an episode. It's a deep dive into the forces shaping our culture today. And when you talk like this, I believe you can mesmerize people. The panel is open. The link is pinned in the chat. It's a Zoom link. You click on that out there, and you can pop up and excrete your excrement. Or feel free to drop a comment below. So, stand down, stand by, stand back, or pull up. But if you choose to pull up, warning, do not forget to bring your mouthpiece. Also, please smash that like button, repost this link. Let's get it out there. This is uncut content. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, any guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. So grab your mouthpiece and let's get started. All right, let's get the all-pro dad in the building. Big Ace, co-host, and he's going to give us some hubbub, and then we're going to jump right on it. What's going on there, Regulator?
Oh, another wonderful day in the city of dodging hail, raindrops, snow, sunshine, and everything in between. I was looking forward to the start of Deuce's baseball season this week for high school.
Deuce Revolver was my problem solver. Had a deaf girl, really didn't want to involve it.
But unfortunately, we went from a 65-degree sunshiny day to a snowstorm overnight into the morning and the cancellation of their first game. And he doesn't go to a poor and stupid school, so the kids didn't have any other games scheduled for the weekend because the juniors are doing ACT prep. But
yeah, and for you West Coast people, SAT is the West Coast version of the ACT. That's the order.
I didn't know they differentiated between the coasts when it came to those standardized tests. That you learn something.
It's more people take the SAT over this way. The ACT, you know what I mean? Like, I only took the ACT and that was enough. Really, you only got to take one, but out here they'll default to the SAT.
I get it. Well, it doesn't matter. They just the orange guy just eliminated the Department of Education, so they're going to start making up all kind of crap for the next couple of years. So.
Facts. Facts, man. So y'all didn't get a chance to play on the hallowed grounds of DDE, Dwight D. Eisenhower, huh?
No, I was looking forward to it, going over there, stumping a mud hole into the Eisenhower baseball team. But
Cardinals, baby, go Cards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely we're going to stump the Cardinals. But
we're a team called Eisenhower, colors red and white. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Bro, I played varsity sports, and that's all I know of our fight song. Ain't that a damn shame?
well, the fans are more responsible for the fight song. I think it got into the later traditions of college, where the athletes that go out there and honor the students and the fans and the parents that were coming out and play with the banter of the school's fight song. Yeah.
Well,
after your time.
I want to give a big rip and condolences to his family for Big George Foreman out there, fella.
Big George and George and George and George and George and George. And what's the daughter's name? Frida? Yeah.
Yeah. Some of you millennials and under may believe he was just a great businessman and a great marketer with the Foreman Grill, et cetera, which did change, health and everything. So big ups to him for that. But no, this guy was a dog in the ring, and he'd knock your lights out.
Yeah. And he was highly talented outside of the ring on his commentating career following his boxing career. They want to make all these guys. I
forgot about that.
They want to make all these guys out to be poor and stupid, but he was very eloquent commentating on the fights for HBO and anybody Showtime, anybody wanted to pay him. But I really appreciated his expertise when it came to boxing, and you don't get that out of a lot of fighters. But George was very insightful in any event that he was commentating on, and sorry to see him transition on to the next round. But hey, we all got to go sometime. In 76, there was not a lot of talk about cause of death or what happened. So
yeah, they don't do that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? And was the brain tech different in their generation? Because I mean, those guys used to take poundings, and I don't. Well, some of them did appear to have effects of CTE, but for the most part, bro. You know what I mean? Like George, he kept his wits about him.
Yeah, they were fighting 15 rounds. I don't think he was taking a lot of blows to the head. I mean, he keep his guards up. And,
yeah, he would.
Yeah. But he wasn't taking his man. Then he retired after Ali took the title for a little while, and he got to get himself together. So maybe his stepping away from the ring aided in his post-fight career and ability to cognate after boxing, as opposed to some other athlete.
Yeah, he made his transition, so he's in a much better place in my mind. We got a poll up, y'all. Posted it today. Who wins the MNBA? So that's the men's NBA, if we're going to call it a W. And we're talking about the M. Who wins the MNBA this season? Your first option is the LA Lucas. You heard that here first, copyright pending. The Warriors come out to play.
Clink, clink, clink.
The Celts repeat or other. And you're going to list it in the comments below. Don't tell us what you decided yet there, Ace. You guys, I'm going to pin this link into the chat. So feel free to just go ahead and vote. It doesn't cost you a thing.
Don't cost a thing.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be breaking down. What was you saying, Ace? Go ahead. My bad.
No cost a thing if you're going after that ring. Do-wop, do-wop, do-wop.
Do-wop, 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 do-wop. All right, let me put that in there. All right, so the poll's just been pinned in the chat. All you have to do is click on it, and you can vote. And then at the end of today's show, we're going to give you guys the results, and we'll let you know what me and Big Ace picked right here, and you'll know as the show goes on. Yeah. Ace, I got a video to play for y'all. Big Mike Ditka.
Mike.
Yeah, his heart. So, yeah. Big Mike Dicka's heart. All right, let's see here. Here we go. And then we're going to get your take on this.
We don't know what's in this one.
The final score was
no one does. Volume, Karen.
All gather around for the team prayer. Conspicuous. The final score was Bears 46, Patriots 10. All gather around for the team prayer. Conspicuously, Walter was not in that team huddle. He had filtered out into a broom closet. The anger that he felt might have been toward some of the play calling that didn't include him when we were down in the goal line situations.
He was distraught about being a decoy, my friend.
Look at the first play of the second half. We run a play action pass. There's 4 red jerseys chasing him. And Willie's running down the middle of the field one-on-one with the safety.
It never, ever crossed my mind. Now, is that wrong of me? Yes, probably. I should have crossed my mind, but it didn't. I didn't think it would ever mean anything to I think, the greatest bear ever, but then it did, so I was wrong. You know, that I regret it a lot. I really do regret it a lot, because I didn't realize it was important to him.
All right there, Jim Bob. Didn't realize it was important to him. All right, that was Mike Ditka. He was the coach of the 85 Bears, 84 Bears. Hey, we had some great seasons, y'all. Everybody just talks about the 85 Bears, but we was beating the brakes off people for about 3 seasons. Yeah,
a little bit more. But we got rid of the general manager, and they started smelling their own farts. They got rid of the honey bears. And really
yeah. They started believing organizations win championships.
Yeah. We didn't need to pay Wilbur Marshall $6 million.
No.
Yeah, back in that 80, that was too much money for a color to run around there and terrorize the other team's quarter.
Oh man, he was our Lawrence Taylor, bro.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, Papa Bear was throwing those nickels around like manhole covers, so the kids didn't fall far from the tree when it came to keeping the damn team together. They had a damn dynasty they could have been building for many years. They didn't want to pay Jim Finks anymore. All he did was build the trenches, kept building the trenches, but there's always a smarter guy in the room, they think.
Free the honey bears, by the way. Free the honey bears.
Free the honey bears to come back. Now, I don't want to see the honey bears like they have in these other cities where they got a couple of male cheerleaders out there running around with the female squads. We just want a honey bear revival here in Chicago, and I'll go along with that.
All right. So what's your take, man? Was Coach Dick, was he contrite? The one thing he did say, like, I can't really argue with it. He said what would I argue about it? He didn't know it was important to him.
Come on.
Right.
It's Walter Payton. He's been playing his whole career to get the Chicago Bears to the damn Super Bowl. You finally get there.
With no line, no defense, nothing around him.
Holding, number 65. Holding, number 65. Holding, number 65. And, he gave up so many yards, and he revolutionized the running back position with the leap over into the goal line, into the end zone.
Let's not forget the stiff arm. I mean, he didn't make that up, but he was, ooh.
But you don't think we wanted to see Walter Payton leap over the damn defensive line into the end zone in the Super Bowl? You want to see you were the smartest guy in the room. You want to see a damn defensive lineman carry that ball into the end zone? No.
Fridge. Big ups.
That's Walter's touchdown. So I can't believe
yeah, it broke Peyton's heart. He wasn't the type of guy to miss a meeting, and he was the type of guy who put team above everything. But that broke his heart. It was obviously a dream of his. I mean, that man cried, bro. Walter Payton cried after the Super Bowl win, bro.
Yeah. And when I saw how Dicker ran him out of Chicago with his play calling.
Yeah.
His final season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's a racial undertone here. Like Dicker wanted the credit. And my thing is, did he apologize in that segment?
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so. He was apologetic at a tone, but I didn't hear him say, I want to apologize to the late, great Walter Payton and his family and nothing like that.
No, I don't think we know what's in his heart, but I don't think he would have ever said that to Payton or Jared or Connie or Brittany, any of them.
What do you guys think in the chat? Do you accept that as an apology?
No.
Is there more to it? Let us know in the chat there, fella. Let us know, fellas. Let us know.
As we saw for the
go ahead,
many
bro.
years, the team it was all about Ditka and Dicka's image and Dicka's state houses.
His ego. He was the overseer, the master.
Yeah. So as we saw over the years until they ran his ass out of here, it was all about Dicka. He's still eating free off the 85 damn Bears, even if he's not at his own damn restaurant. So
is that still open?
Dicka's, yeah, it's out in.
But Jordan's is closed.
Oak Brook. Jordan's got he's got his name on something out here.
Well, his ego was massive. He beefed with Buddy Ryan, who had a massive ego. He beefed with Big Jimbo McMahon, who had a massive ego. One of the only guys on that team who had the humility of almost like a god was Walking Paper.
Mm-hmm. Never got his chance
in a game where you scored 46 points.
And a damn blowout.
Correct.
No,
because it did get to the point. Yes, they were still using him as a decoy. To your point, Peyton, man, if you give Peyton 4 tries, man, if he don't get it, he don't get it, and then he knows that that's on him to an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the regret for the rest of his life, ever short-lived as it was, that he wasn't able to even try to score a touchdown.
Channeling Walter Payton, I feel like the reason he didn't attend that meeting is he didn't want to go out like they tried to. The narrative was on our star cornerback right now when he allegedly snapped on the only one who had the cojones, the gonads, to snap on Eberlus. And maybe he just had too much respect for the team and the game as an older statesman. But I think he wanted to, I don't know, put paws on Dicker might not be right, but I think he wanted to say some things that he just walked away from because he's just too great of a person for that.
And even if it was not in Dicker's mentality to think that it was important to Peyton, you got other offensive coaches on the sideline. You got other people, other players, and I'm sure the word would have got to him, just like in any other organization, that Peyton needed and wanted to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl and how much it meant to him.
But you saw Dicker, boy. Dicker was the average dude, though. You say you're some sort of poor and stupid coach. You're colored brown over there. You go over to Mike Dicker in the middle of the damn Super Bowl, like, bro, hand the ball to Walter Payton. You'd have been over there and Dicker would have been.
Yeah.
You don't tell me how to run the team. Boy, Dicker, boy. One thing about Mike Dicker, boy, he's being the ref's face, the commissioner face, McMahon face, he didn't come at Walter Payton like that ever publicly. I will say that.
Yeah.
It was certain dogs he didn't come at, like you never saw him do that to.
Yeah, his career would have been over. I don't give a damn. What the hell? What the hell?
Might have got his block knocked off too.
Yeah, well, nobody. I don't give a damn what these people think you did for the Chicago Bears. If you come at Walter Payton like that, yeah, it's going to be a different situation, and it probably would happen behind closed doors after you embarrassed him on national television or whatever game. But yeah, I going back and watching that last season of the Bears, and
we were 14-2 the year after that.
Yeah, I'm talking about when Peyton retired. I think that was
okay.
And the last season he played, and
remember they drafted Neil Anderson in the first
they
round.
would get the ball to Neil Anderson. They were still giving the damn ball to William Perry a couple of years after the Super Bowl. Like, man, come on, man. So if you were still doing that 2 years later after the Super Bowl, and this guy was fumbling the ball still. He fumbled the ball on Monday Night Football against the Denver Broncos, turned the whole damn game around.
Listen, he did it to embarrass the Dallas and certain teams that were embarrassing the Bears over the years, running the score up. I understand and respect that. To your point, after you made that point, Fridge should have been the decoy, and you go down there and you block somebody for walking paper.
Yeah, run your big ass right into that hole.
Rest his soul. You know what I mean? We love the Fridge here. Yes, and I'm not going to Fridge.
Fridge passed out? Did he pass on?
Yeah, Fridge passed on, man, early,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you don't see him, man. You know, Fridge, man, would probably have a podcast. I would love to hear from Fridge. You know what I mean? If he was still here. So yeah, and to the current Bears players, why don't you wait until after you retire to start your podcasting career? And speaking of current Bears, on this pod, we were some of the first ones. I know I was it. Man, I've been talking about Cut Cole Komet for how long?
Yeah, especially when you have the salary cap situation, we can go out there and get somebody else.
When your quarterback throws an interception and says, I thought the tight end was going to make a football play, and then the tight end comes out and says something contrary to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this tight end isn't Kelsey, who you love so much, you know what I mean? If this isn't Kelsey, somebody with that kind of talent, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get rid of him. And especially when he's counting $13 million against the damn cap.
Well, that was before they re-signed him. But go ahead, Poles.
Yeah.
Your boy Poles.
I would have. Fridge ain't dead.
Fridge ain't dead, bro.
No.
Are you sure?
He's 62 years old. He's born in.
Oh, this is a Mandela effect, bro. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man. All right, my bad, Fridge. Are you serious?
Yeah, so he's in a wheelchair, I know. But shout out to William Refrigerator Perry and his family.
Whoa, I didn't bury that man. My bad, Fridge. All right, well, you can go in on him. Yeah. Get your big ass in the hole. Knock somebody down.
Yeah. Blast that big hole for Walter Payton. Let him walk right through, or he can run up damn Fridge's back and jump and leap into the end zone. Like, I don't know why football players don't do that anymore. I mean, I guess they say they more athletic, but you know, you got the tush push. If you got the tush push, or you know, if you're running, you got that big offensive lineman, and you got a running back that can leap into the end zone untouched for a damn touchdown, like a la Walter Payton. Why wouldn't you do that?
A la Akbar. Now, they were talking about banning the tush push. Now, what's next? Some team comes out there and they're good at running the slant. We're going to ban the slant. Like, what's next? We're going to ban the home run in baseball. This team's hitting too many home runs. We got to ban it.
Well, why would you ban it if it's of an offensive play? I mean, it's football. It's man on man. It's like rugby. Yeah, we're going to change the rules for rugby because this team is doing it better than everyone else.
But why wouldn't you just take your strongest bull rusher off the defensive line, put him behind center, and just run tush push every play? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
I think I'd deal with it too.
You know, until they can stop it, why wouldn't you?
It's glitchy, but we can get a team with a big, strong offensive line ace and take it all the way back to ground zero. Have a big, you know what I mean, bull rusher, get you 3 yards every time.
Yeah, imagine Aaron Donald out there with football.
Yeah.
Bull rushing before he retired.
Or the Fridge.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, the Fridge used to fumble a lot. Yeah, nobody talking about it.
All right. It's kind of going in. Cut commit. Make a case. You can make a case for cutting or keeping, and then I'll make a case for the other. No, I won't. You make your case, and then I'll make my case, or however you feel about cut commit.
You know, everybody's talking about the season he had a couple years with JF1. He didn't support JF1 still being here in Chicago. He was always on the fence or teetering or bobbing.
You remember the play Flus got fired on? He made some suggestions, innuendo about Caleb should have not been playing hero ball. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, well, I guess he would have said that after not catching as many passes as he did with the other quarterback that featuring him and saw he was open and just tossed the ball to him wherever the hell he could. But I believe that there are tight ends out there that can do what he can do, which is not much. Hardly block and catch balls when they're wide open. So he does make some spectacular catches, but, you know, that's what you're in the NFL to do.
Have you ever seen him make someone miss or anything?
No, he's gonna fall right down at the touch. Yeah.
Yeah, he runs like a board, bro.
Yeah, he's not gonna truck anybody. He's gonna fall right down.
And then he's going to be hurt. He'll play through it, but he's going to be banged up after the play.
My suggestion since last year is to try and make a deal with the LA Raiders and go get their backup tight end. So Myers behind.
Yeah. Well,
He's
some of
not
the
gonna-
meatballs are saying that Cole Kmet, us moving off Kmet would be like us moving off Greg Olsen. And that is a non-secular.
Yeah, no.
Greg Olsen was balling for the city of Chicago.
Yeah, Greg Olsen was. He couldn't block, but damn, nobody can stick.
He was making a Pro Bowl in the city of Chicago.
Yeah,
with bum quarterbacks allegedly.
Get out of here. No, Greg Olsen and I mean Cole Kmet hopes he can get in the.
They're both pink. That's the only thing they have in common.
Yeah, they played the same position as Chicago.
Prediction: Cole Kmet will be a Fox commentator. He'll probably get like a $35 million contract to get up there and suggest that Negro ball is not the way of the future in the NFL. Like Greg Olsen and like they all get up there and do. Look at the guy, he's holding the football. Go ahead, bro. All game they talk about that.
You gotta get the tight end. The tight end's wide open right there. You gotta give him the ball. Drop dead gorgeous. Yeah, he's making $13 million. You gotta give him the damn ball. Yeah, that sounds like a future career for Cole Kmet. Yeah, I think there are other players that can do what he does, and especially when you got a coach that can scheme. This guy open a scheme. You know, you got to look and see how much savings it would be for the Bears this year. But you know, I think we're past the point, or maybe it's June where we can get rid of him. But $13 million for the cap, and you go out and get somebody else, a couple of poor stupid tight ends that's really in the block and catch the damn football. Yeah, I think that would be the better course of action for Chicago Bears. Or they can make a trade, get my man out of Vegas, or there's tight ends out here that are available that can do what Cole Kmet does for a lot less money. Now they always talking about money when it comes to us. Oh yeah, we can save money by getting rid of.
Oh yeah, moving off of yeah, always, bro.
Yeah.
Always, bro. Moving off of them, then we can get a new tight end on that rookie deal. You got to win with the tight end on his rookie deal.
You got to be honest. You got a quarterback and a tight end on a rookie deal.
Yeah. Man, the McCaskies can save that money and buy themselves more Porsche SUVs and stuff for their grandkids. You know what I mean? Pick ups to the McCaskies. All right, here we go there, fella. Next topic. Halter top. And you guys, if anybody doesn't know why we say this, you think we're being facetious. That appears to be a halter top. I'd like to see him with a Merce, and we're going to cover the Merce later. With a Merce, paint your nails. I want it all done at once. You came out there and got sacked at almost an NFL record 68 times, holding that ball. I want it all at once. But do you, brother? Now, but this wasn't a segment on going in on his lifestyle. Caleb Williams. What's his mandatory floor for you as a JF1 guy going into this season? And I know you're a Caleb guy. You right away said he's our quarterback. You've been pushing back on me, which is acceptable.
Yeah.
What's his what's the question? Floor. Yes, for this season, where you're not going to want to move off of him and go get you another rookie on a rookie deal.
The floor has got to be flirting with the playoffs. Flirting with meaning you're in a position to be in the playoffs by the time we get to the end of this damn season.
Flirting? You want to see him in that halter top?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You're gonna flirting with the playoffs. Go ahead. Playoffs.
Yeah. He's got to be in a position to have us in the playoffs by the end of this damn season. Or we got to be looking at another quarterback.
Statistically. Statistically, though. A lot of things he can't control. They're out of his control. Statistically, what are you looking for? Like, he did a great job not throwing the interceptions, but, we've said on this show, Getting sacked 2 times on a drive is no different than turning the ball over. You lost 20, 30 yards. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you can't get a first down.
Yeah, I mean, him being safe with the damn ball all the time. We don't want him to be reckless, of course not. But him trying to be safe with the ball and taking all these damn sacks when he can't throw a 30-yard or 50-yard pass, it's
Yes, that's
that's
another
not what
thing.
I'm looking for. I mean,
He had record lows with the deep ball, bro. Nobody's talking about that. And he was missing layups. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hit the wide open tight end. He doesn't want to hit the wide open running back that's standing right in front of him. Because they told me to let the play develop and get that ball downfield because I got that DJ. I mean, if you keep popping these 5-yard, 7-yard passes all damn day, don't you think DJ and Rome and they're gonna eventually all be open because safety's got to move up or the linebackers got to come up and take that away from the team. So somebody's got to teach them how to win an NFL game. Hopefully, it's Ben Johnson or some of the veterans that they've added to the offensive line, and some more coaching toughness that he didn't have last year with the Everlose coaching staff. You lose your coordinator in the first half of the season. You lose the coach in the first half of the season, and he knows it all. We threw everything at him. He didn't know it all.
Well,
he needed to learn how to win a game.
I hate to cross sports. He puts me in mind, and don't tell me that this brother didn't pass away. Rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. He gives me more of a Kobe mentality, which is not a knock. And I'm comparing him that your whole life you've been the man, high school level, college level. I mean, the man. Yes. And you remember even when we played pickups, we get a guy who's been the man. Everybody's gone. Look, we got a system here, buddy. Hey, we'll get, if you're the man and we flush that out, we'll get you the ball when we need you to be the man.
Yeah.
But this isn't that where you're just going to come out here and just shoot 50 times like we're all not wide open, stand around here like we have no game. And I think that's the mindset he has. And I think BJ, I think Coach BJ is going to hold him to the coals.
Yeah. Coach BJ and Coach Bieniemy.
Yeah, I haven't seen them interview him yet. I want to hear him third person himself. Big Coach Bieniemy. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy doesn't run his offense like that. Eric Bieniemy will have his running back room, his line, and his quarterback all on the same page. And
Eric Bieniemy should be the quarterbacks coach of this. Eric Bieniemy, Eric Bieniemy is not going to sit here and watch this guy miss wide open layups miss them.
Yeah.
Where they had a pocket. Yeah. You're generational.
Yeah, you got to make those passes. You got to hit that damn tight end that's going around and making that 7-yard curl, or that running back that's running, because you're running for your life. I mean, come on, your line was bad. Now your running back standing there 5 yards in front of you, and you will not throw him the ball because you want to get the ball 20, 30 yards
to Rome or to the guy who wouldn't even give you your number.
Yeah. And, and the Bears are still selling selling number 18 merchandise. Like, once this guy finally gets another team, that he's not gonna take that number.
Well, here's
the NFL is wrong.
Message for Caleb. 9 wins, a playoff berth. I'm not gonna hold him to the standards, but a playoff berth. Yes. No, yeah, because we're supposed to be winning on this rookie deal, and he's supposed to be generational. And look what Jaden Daniels did.
Yeah, we should have been in the playoffs last damn year.
Look at what CJ Stroud did.
Yeah.
So we need playoffs. We need 9 and 8. I need at least 34 touchdown passes. Interceptions, you can go as high as 17. To Ace's point, I don't care. I need you to cut those sacks numbers in half. in half. So instead of being sacked 68 times, you can be sacked 34 times. You got that? And I need you, Caleb Halter-Top-Williams, to rush for at least 400 yards a game. I mean, not a game, a season for the season. Yeah. That's my floor for Caleb Williams. I'll go as low as 30 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 5 rushing touchdowns. Like, I need you to get out here and start balling, bro. I saw you. That was part of the reason why I said, yeah, this kid's got something in him. He was getting around the end, making people miss. Man, in the NFL, they grabbed him by his ankle, horse counting him. He gets up. It's all that talking and yapping he was doing. But go ahead, Phil. What's your take?
Nobody respects that crap. You're coming out there yapping and talking about you want to be with 10 Super Bowls and Tom Brady and go out there and get it done on the field. The NFL is a man's league. It's a show me now league, and unfortunately, in the situation, and I will give him sort of a mulligan for the situation he was in.
You mean with the coaching? With the coaching?
Yeah, there's no way they should have brought Eberflus back knowing you were getting rid of Justin Fields. There's no way.
But you're holding him. Look, Justin had the same coaching.
Yeah.
And it was all his fault.
No, it wasn't.
Well, all right, go ahead.
That was the fault last year. And if they'd have brought Justin back and they would have brought Brad Johnson in last year, damn it, they would have made the playoffs. They won 7 games, but Eberflus as a damn coach the year before. And now you just win 5 games, bringing him back because he's got a shiny new toy, man. Come on.
You move off an offensive coordinator and bring in this new offensive coordinator. You move off him. The old offensive coordinator that JF1 had went to the Raiders. The Raiders decided not to take JF1 as a quarterback because they listened to the bum offensive coordinator, Drop Dead Gorgeous, who said, no, I don't want this guy. He's not it. The Raiders fired the offensive coordinator, and they could have had JF1.
Yeah. They were still looking for they were still looking for a quarterback all the way through the offseason until they made some deal for Geno Smith.
We're going to put up a documentary on this channel, Ace, and I'll get some footage from you and footage we've talked about on the show and all the footage we've run on this channel. The curious case of JF1. You know what I mean? We're really going to get into the conspiracy theory. You're going to put our 10 hats on, bro. You should see the comments, man. Like when Shady be going in on, bro, people be in the comments like sounding like you, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like everybody is more and more because it's the way they clown them, bro. I don't think it's justified. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks worse than this guy.
Yeah, and with a lot less talent. But I think, we have to do that whole show.
Do a documentary. Lay it out there.
Yeah, on why the hell.
We're not going to do it live. It's going to be a documentary. You know what I mean? And we're going to edit it. And, you know what I mean? Show footage and everything. Yeah, do a whole documentary on it.
That'd be great. I sent a message to him about the Shady McCoy Facebook post. He hasn't responded. I didn't think he would, but yeah. I mean, it's I know he's trying to move on and go on to his New York beginnings and do what he can with that team, but he's got he's got to be thinking in his mind like, man, I'm the first one in, last one out, doing everything I can. I'm trying to learn this game. I'm trying to develop myself as an NFL quarterback. Why?
I've had a new offensive coordinator every season since college.
I haven't had an offensive line since I left college.
I've been in a new offense every season. Yeah, ain't had offensive line, no talent, no defense around me, nothing.
So why does everybody hate me so much? And I have nothing but love for everyone else.
Well, we did point out his dad is 12. He's the son of a cop. I think at some point, because Shady's more his dad's age, and I'm thinking if I was a parent at this point, I would reach out to Shady McCoy as a dad. Because, okay, there are different generations. I would pull up on Shady McCoy at this point. And I would just ask him these questions, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trashing my son? Hey, I could
like LeBron.
Yeah, I guess that's the same age range as Justin's dad. Him and Justin's dad is about the same age. Well, LeBron stood over him. But no, look, Stephen A has not commented, and we're going to mention Bronny. It's funny you brought him up, but Stephen A has not covered Bronny anywhere like what we're talking about, Ace.
Right.
Nowhere near. Commentary is one thing, blatant disrespect is another, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling the truth. Like, but Bronny he's a rookie. He's developing as a rookie would. Everybody had the sentiment that he didn't belong in the NBA. It was nepotism at his best. But that whole theatrical situation with LeBron and Stephen A. It's just Hollywood.
Bronny had a career high 17 points during garbage time. The Lakers were getting the break speed off of him. I don't know if he did it against the Bulls, but he had 17 points. Stephen A came out there and somewhat ate crow. What are you making of the guy averaging, 0.7 points a game and then having a breakout game? That could be good for his confidence out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's his rookie year. I guess he's putting his work in.
Oh, he's definitely putting his work in. Humble kid.
In the E-League.
Only on the road game, so LeBron can continue to live his double life and have his cake and eat it too. Yeah, you don't want your son on the road.
I don't respect that he's not playing full time in the G League, where all those other guys are putting in work and trying to make it up to the NBA level. Although them G League games are terrible, as bad as the NBA games. Anyway, but on the other than that, I think he should be down there putting in his work. He came up, y'all made history, y'all took the photos, y'all did your Griffey Jr., Griffey Sr. Moment. And now if this is what he wants to do, if he wants to be professional and go to work every day, then
and you don't want your son on the road with you. Now, here's my thing. Because why didn't LeBron push back on that? Why didn't he say, no, this is my son. He's traveling. He do it any other time. So you agree that I don't want my son on the road when the road games, and I'm out there potentially tricking off allegedly. But then it's okay for them to say, hey, we're going to devalue your son by making him play in the G League half the time. Here's what I think would be great. The LA Clippers, which they should have drafted him and got a buzz. They probably would have been able to get LeBron to move across town. Family wouldn't have had to move. None of the children would have changed schools. Nothing.
Brand new arena, yeah.
Yeah, brand new arena, the house that LeBron built. He likes the buzz. But even if LeBron didn't go, LeBron should be okay. But look, let's move my son to the Clippers. We can keep the family together. I'm the face of the league, and then now that would be a bigger buzz. Instead of, having your Ken Griffey moment, I think it'd be good for the league to have father and son playing against each other. You know what I mean? That would be great, bro. I'd watch that game.
LeBron doesn't want
it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can have your son playing for the Clippers. You're playing crosstown in LA. You know what I mean? And then every now and then y'all can meet up. And then it'd be some times where you're out there competing against your son. Now, Adam Silver, make this happen if you want to get your ratings up.
If LeBron doesn't want it, it's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot they need to do to get the ratings up. They need to improve the gameplay, and they got to find some more stars. The NBA was built on stars, and you got all these guys, running around getting gun charges or making babies and having baby mama problems, and nobody wants to hear that crap. They want to see them go out there on the basketball court and dominate and do what it takes to in those big markets to bring fan interest. Nobody wants to see the Knicks. The Bulls are you know, they're a 9-10 team in their conference. You know, Boston's winning.
Listen,
but Lakers aren't holding up their point.
When Chicago teams are doing well, it's better for all the leagues.
Better for everybody.
When the Cubs are winning, it was great for Major League Baseball. When the Sox were winning, it's great for the Major League Baseball. When the Bulls were winning, the whole world cared. The whole world watched it. When the Bears were winning, the whole world cared. We had the Super Bowl shuffle. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the bottom line. Stop cheating the Chicago teams.
Yeah.
Start making some of these deals where Chicago can end up with a Luka Doncic with these stupid trades that teams are willing to do. You know what I mean? Let us end up with the Kobe Bryants to come right in there behind Michael Jordan, like the way Brent Favre was followed by Aaron Rodgers. Let us have a stud running back coming in right after Walter Payton. Let us have this in Chicago, and then guess what? Your ratings will be higher.
Absolutely, because there are people from Chicago all over the country, all over the world, everywhere.
And we love sports.
Yeah, everywhere I travel with my Bears gear on. Go Bears. Go Bears. The Super Bowl this year. All the Bears,
or you see some fudge packer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Even at the Super Bowl this year, you know, they weren't really wearing any Bears paraphernalia, but you know, I wear my stuff everywhere in the country I go. And you know, everybody every Bears fans, whether they're undercover or, you know, trying to stay with their family or trying to be neutral or whatever, you're gonna get Go Bears anywhere. So at the airport, at the damn at the stadium.
Or when you come across those haters and they be like, oh man, the Bears. Boy, I go through a short history, Ace. I'll be telling, man, we got more championships than anybody in league history. You know, fix your face. You know, that's what I tell them. We started this league. There's no football if it wasn't for the city of Chicago. Do your homework on the University of Chicago. Do your homework on Papa Bear Hallis. Do your homework on the Super Bowl trophy should have been named after Papa Bear Hallis.
Yeah.
Do your homework on that young man, young person who doesn't know anything on what you're talking about. Do your homework. We have the second most W's in NFL history. Do your homework. Don't you try to associate us with the Cleveland Cavaliers of the world, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Or the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's what they try to do, bro.
Yeah. No, man, we got championships. You know, we won our Super Bowl. We went to another one. We should have won that one.
That's right.
But you know, we'll get back there, and hopefully it'll be soon with teaching this young guy Halter Top how to win NFL games and teaching the team how to win NFL games. Because I don't think they had a coaching staff that had the mentality, the thought process to go from walkthroughs on Friday and Saturday to winning the NFL game and then getting ready for the next game the following week. I don't think they had a coaching staff that had that ability, mindset, or mentality to win a game and get better from the first quarter to the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter of the season. And it showed every year because we haven't won, especially with either lose.
Well, facts. And big ups to Bronny James. Keep going, young man. As I said on the show, I met him. He was extremely humble, great kid. Looks like he was raised extremely well. And I wish nothing for the best for that brother. And, you know, he scored 17 in an NBA game. I mean, he was barely getting that at Sierra Canyon. You know what I mean? So there you go. All right. We're going to move on. Karen, D. Wade reveals Merce contents.
Can I watch it? I don't know if I can watch it.
All right. Big ups to air quotes.
They're sort of like a little treat, you know? You can't have like just one. Oh, here's your Merce.
See, this is my travel bag right now. This is my travel Merce right here.
By the way, your travel Merce is nice.
I got a lot of things in there. One of the most important things in here is I got my Jen and
friendship bracelet.
But I need to make sure that my lips stay, you know, they ain't dry.
You are organized, by the way.
I got my eye drops in here.
Yeah.
This is important, everybody. I'm sorry. I go out to restaurants.
You have
know,
your
I don't
nice
want to be
little-
sticking my hand in
No,
my mouth, so
no.
I got my nice little
Yes.
floss sticks right here.
Ziploc bag, all organized?
Yeah, I'm very organized. Like I said, I got a little touch of OCD, but I got a lot
Wait,
of
do
things
you
in there.
have a stylist or you dress yourself?
No, I don't have time to dress myself. I have an amazing stylist.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like you must because you're very chic and you have to, you know.
Yeah, look
at that Merce, y'all. Look at that Merce.
Now this Fashion Week, Fashion Week.
That's like schoolgirl chic or something right there.
Air quotes or not air quotes.
Are you kidding me?
He was treating him. Go ahead, bro. And he's from Chicago, bro. Like Rob.
Chicago, NBA champion. And you get on the show with somebody talking about your merch and your travel merch, because that's
He
just
sounded like us, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
that's just a travel merch. Now you they didn't even go into the merch that he probably carries every damn day. Him and halter top. I don't understand it. And
It was a humiliation ritual. Did you see his face, man?
You had all these great athletes back in the day used to get together and affect the world politically, like Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul. These
Be
guys,
role models for the young men coming up.
yeah. Now we got the role models on shows talking about their travel merch, and then you'll see them out and about taking pictures, and they got their everyday merch.
Did you say, see, I keep my lips moist?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah. I like to keep my lips.
That was a total role reversal. And then she was treating him, bro. It's like us doing an interview. We get halter top on the show. Yeah, show us your halter top. You know what I mean? Oh, that's schoolgirl chic. You know what I'm saying? Even halter top would be like, "Yo, slow down, OG. You know, slow down, huh?"
You must have a stylist that can coordinate your halter tops every time you go out. Yeah.
How do you think his wife felt about that? I know it's hard to speculate on.
Right. They're still together. So I mean, it must be some kind of consensus in the household. They can trade merces. It could be a merce when he carries it, a purse when she carries it. Or she probably doesn't even carry a purse.
No, he's got all her stuff in there, and then I got my wife's stuff, because she doesn't want to carry on. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's hold up, man. I'm not going to play it again. I just want to look at one thing that I thought I saw.
They're sort of like a little treat, you know?
Myself, I have an amazing stylist.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like you.
Nice.
Yeah, I have an amazing stylist. He don't have time. Look at that. Look at his nails, bro.
Oh, yeah, it's perfectly manicured. He gets manscaped.
Yeah, and it's silver. He's got nail paint on there.
Yeah. No, I hope that's clear.
No.
No?
And then look at this. Is that his travel merch too?
No.
Like, bro, when I be with my wife, she'd be like, hold my purse for a second. You know what I mean? Like, we got a whole thing about this. Like, your hands better be full. I don't know what's going on, but no, I'm not doing that. Hold on, let's go back to the picture, Karen.
This is every day.
Yeah, but no. Baby, which purse you carrying? Because I'm going to carry your other purse. Like, look at this. His purse is bigger than hers.
It's always going to be bigger than hers. He's a man.
Oh, you can carry more stuff in it.
Yeah. Carry his basketball, his whistle.
This is Fashion Week. She should ask him, what'd you have in your merce, in your travel merce? Is that a travel merce there? What'd you have in your travel merce here during Fashion Week? What'd you have in there? Stuff to keep your lips moist?
This is everyday merch, so he's got everything in there. Bubble gum,
Tic Tacs, floss, dental floss, fingernail polish repair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all of that. Absolutely. That's not his wife, was it?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it looked like
yeah, that's his wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. I don't know. All right, but big ups to D Wade and man, you could at least been doing. You got a Karen just doing that to you too, bro. Like it's messed up on so many levels, bro.
Yeah, but he was fine with it.
Bro, we've been around these people, University of Illinois, wherever the case might be, corporate world. And you know where you got to step up as a cop of color. Wait, hold it. I know y'all being funny and everything. You know what I mean? But I'm not the town bully that you're going to sit here and make fun of over and over again on your show.
Right. Yeah. Well, well, depends. Once you get into that genre of the world,
the Illuma Booty genre,
yeah, he doesn't think it's funny. He think he's just doing a segment for Merces, and he might be endorsing the Merce.
All right, you're raising two copper-colored men. You did a wonderful job. You're big ups to you and the wife. How do you think they would feel, or what would be the thoughts running through your mind as a mem?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the content, bro. Like, I'm trying to think of my dad, like, bro, like, man, you better shut up. I'd have told my dad, man, shut up, man, next time he says something to me about anything.
Well, then you, well, then we got to think about the video about him showing the son daughter how to dribble basketball. But yeah, there's no way I can.
That wasn't a real video, hasn't it been debunked?
I know, but that one.
Well, go ahead. Give me some hubbub. We're going to see if Karen can find that. Give me some hubbub. We're going to see if we can find that video and run it for.
That would be more in line of the conversation of, what you would be telling your sons if you're on television. Having segments on Fashion Week about Merces and your travel Merce and your daily Merce, and you got them putting pictures out there with your mom or stepmom with a smaller purse than your dad's Merce, and they're holding hands and frolicking through Paris or France, and like I said, I can't understand the athletes of today. Yeah, you can push a lot of that off on fashion, and that's why we wearing these halter tops and tight shirts, and nipples are out, and carrying Merces, and our bell bottoms are bigger than the ladies' bell bottoms. You can attribute it to fashion, I guess, but at least in Kanye's defense, he is working in fashion. He's trying to develop a line in fashion, or he sold fashion. But these guys are just running around with, nut huggers on and Merces and purses and defending it based on nothing. This is just what they want to do. This is how I want to show up to the game. I want to sashay into the game, pretty much similar to the WNBA players. I think that it looks like a lot of times the WNBA players are walking tougher than the NBA players. So yeah, maybe we need to have a compare and contrast of the walkways between men coming to the NBA games versus the WNBA players coming to the games. See how close in fashion they are for each league.
You think we'll someday see a league where the WNBA and the MNBA is merged, and the toughest ones from the WNBA are playing with the sweetest ones from the NBA, and that's our new league? I'll watch it.
I mean, it's a possibility. I think they're doing it on the 2K games. They got the NBA team, the WNBA teams on the NBA 2K game. So, it's just a matter of the merging and the dollars, because as it is with everything, follow the dollars, and it may happen.
Facts. So we got the video here. Karen found it. D Wade allegedly teaching Zaya, how to dribble. We haven't fact checked this anyway.
We haven't fact checked. Allegedly.
Yeah. I don't know how to push this. There it is. They won't let me rewind it. Oh man, I should have slowed it down. But I hope y'all saw that. That was it. That's all we're gonna run. All right. Yeah, they won't let me rewind or nothing. Yeah. Because I'm not a Facebooker.
Mm.
All right. Big ups to D Wade, his family, and everybody. We just wanted to show the emancipation and the humiliation of Lauryn Hill.
And eventually you're gonna have the talk. You got to put this guy in the Hall of Fame for the NBA or the WNBA. I mean the MNBA. Well, it's not for the NBA. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So that I guess that's all inclusive. So it really doesn't matter what's going on.
All right, fella. Let's get to your NC2A predictions. I'm just going to bail out of it. I do have a question before you tell me who you got. Well, I'll look it up and give you what I feel. But are the Illini involved? Did they make it? What's going on there?
Illini are playing today at 4:15 Central, I believe. It was
who we got?
Eastern. Yeah, they won the other night. We got a bunch of guys out there trying to make it happen. But yeah, they're playing in a little while. And yeah, they make it to the Sweet 16, that'd be great. But they're playing Kentucky today.
Kentucky, yeah. 6 seed, got a 6 seed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Kentucky, and then you got you can't see this. All right, let's see. And then you got Baylor against #1 Duke. Is Drop Dead Gorgeous playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, it looks like they're winning 73-53. That game's in Florida. Just beat UConn, barely won.
UConn jacked that game.
Look at St. Mary's got Alabama, Colorado State, Maryland, Ole Miss, Iowa State. All right, let me just scroll through this, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, the Big Ten was undefeated after the first round of games.
Michigan. Illinois is playing Kentucky. What's this, the round of 16?
No.
32.
Yeah.
And then the Sweet 16. Some teams will punch their ticket. All right. I'm gonna take Illinois in this game, bro. Just to be a homer.
ILL.
So I'm gonna go. I can't make a prediction. I haven't watched any of this. All right. So who you got in NC2As, bro?
I mean, the kids are playing hard. I've enjoyed every game I've seen thus far.
Are they playing defense or doing step backs?
They're playing defense. They're playing hard. I mean, they're doing step backs, but these kids are playing, man. Matter of fact, it makes the game enjoyable to watch. Trying to play, they are still shooting 3-pointers, but some teams are going to the hole. Shit, they can't shoot, so you got to get to the basket and play aggressive defense and trap and play 94 feet of defense. So it's refreshing to watch those games of those teams that don't have those 4 or 5 3-point shooters out there shooting 20, 33.
Mm-hmm. Everybody jacking. Yeah.
So it's refreshing to watch as opposed to what the hell's going on in the NBA.
So who you got in your bracket in the chip, and who's going to win?
Take Duke, Florida, Illinois, and who else?
For your Final Four?
Yeah. Florida, Illinois, I'll take. And I don't know if they're in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If this can actually happen? Duke, Florida, Illinois.
Oh, let me see.
And let me see.
Well, I got the bracket. This
the Arkansas team.
This will make it easier. There's the brackets there, fella. Bracketology.
Oh, I forgot all about Auburn. They playing Michigan?
Yeah.
Dang, okay. Yeah. So
Auburn, Michigan. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Auburn coming out of that bracket for the Final Four.
I'm gonna roll with Iowa State. Oh, you got Michigan. Yeah, I like Iowa State. They always got athletes. I'm gonna roll with Iowa State, and I'll roll what you said. Auburn. I got Auburn, Iowa State coming out of that bracket for the Final Four. Who you got? Auburn and who?
Okay. Auburn and
There's New Mexico. That's Michigan State. That's Iowa State, 3 seed. Ole Miss, Texas A&M. They got eliminated. So Michigan is a 5 seed. So you already picked Auburn. So you're choosing between
Auburn,
Ole Miss,
Michigan
Iowa
State.
State. Okay, so you got Auburn, Michigan State in the Final Four from that side.
Mhm.
I got Auburn, Iowa State, and they'll probably end up meeting in this game. All right, and maybe we'll bet some Giordano's pizza on that.
All right.
And then, all right, we got the fight in the lineup. Where is the line at? Oh, there it is.
Got a chance.
And then they'd be playing Purdue. No, Houston's playing Purdue. They'd be playing Tennessee. All right, I'm gonna go with the Illini to win. They're gonna go on a roll. They're gonna beat. No, they aren't. They're gonna beat Kentucky. They're gonna lose that Tennessee game. They're gonna break my heart. It's per normal. Houston's barely. Ooh, they beat Gonzaga, huh?
Did they? They won that game? Sweet. Oh, you got to watch out for them. Well, they're a top 5 team.
You always got to watch out for Purdue in the tourney.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with Houston, Tennessee, and then Final Four. I'm gonna go with championship. I'm gonna go with Houston. Now I'm gonna take Tennessee versus. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, fella. Iowa State, Tennessee in the Final Four. That's what I got.
Iowa State, Tennessee.
In the championship, and I got Iowa State to win it all on a limb, all the way on a limb, fella.
Illinois. I'm looking for the Auburn team to win it all.
All right, so you got Auburn to win it all.
Yeah, I had Auburn and who did I have from the bottom bracket? Oh, Texas Tech, Arkansas.
Where's Auburn?
They're all the way at the top.
Oh, I've been missing these teams. Oh, okay. Yeah,
you
I've been missing
teams
these
on the
teams.
bottom.
Damn, Duke's up here. Hold up. Let me do some reassessments. Yeah, hold up. Baylor, Oregon, Arizona. You know what? I'm a Dookie. So I got Dookie against Tennessee State in the Final Four. Tennessee State's gonna.
Tennessee State, the HBCU, Bill. Now.
Am I saying Tennessee State? Tennessee, my bad. And my bad. So Tennessee's gonna upset Duke in the Final Four.
All right.
And I'm missing these teams. So I see what you're saying. Auburn.
I got Auburn coming out of that bracket. Let's see what's down here. And Florida, and I'm Florida. Auburn, Florida, Illinois, Duke.
And overall, who's winning the chip?
Shit. Auburn. Auburn versus Duke in the big game. Auburn's gonna win.
Auburn. All right. I guess I'm gonna say Iowa State against Tennessee.
Iowa State.
Is that Iowa State? Yeah. Yes, athletes. I'm going to go with Iowa State, Tennessee, and they're going to give it to Tennessee. You know, Trump won the election. All right, those are our predictions. We're on record. NBA MVP, bro. Giannis is getting names, a lot of votes. The Joker, and then of course you got SGA. Right now, if you had to call it,
I'm looking between SGA and Donovan Mitchell.
Man, you're not going to rub your fence on the bum. Right now,
right?
Who's the MVP?
So SGA.
Agreed. I'm going with SGA too. I'm surprised you got Donovan over all those other guys, huh?
Yeah, screw them other guys. They just names. Donovan Mitchell and that damn Cleveland team is playing some standing ball, and they give him the ball in the fourth quarter, and there's nobody in the NBA that can really stop him in the fourth quarter. So he's an MVP type player this year for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Definitely for the Cavaliers, and definitely for NBA. So I'd be between. I'll probably have him in the top three. You know, you got to have somebody drop dead gorgeous in the running for the MVP, but SGA is his year. Easy.
All right, so we're in agreement. Who's coming out of the West?
Ooh.
So who do you have in the Western? Well, who's coming out of the West? We'll just leave it.
I'm going Oklahoma City and Boston.
That's what I got too, bro. Wait a minute. Yeah, I do. But it was tough, man. It was tough not to pick Golden State. So I got Golden State somehow against OKC. Maybe that'll work out in the Western Conference Final. But if it don't, those are my two teams, OKC and then Golden State. But I do have OKC against Boston. And Boston just sold the team. And so I'm going to go with OKC to win the finals.
$6 billion, man. I think the last owners bought them for like $350 million. They sold it only in America.
So yeah, that's what 6.1 billion. So I got OKC versus Boston in the NBA Finals, and I got OKC winning in 7 games.
Ooh. Going to Boston and making it happen, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in Boston. I don't like the guy they just paid all that money to. I saw what he did in the finals before last.
Yeah, you don't like that guy.
No, he nutted up. If you can nut up once for a whole series, you can nut up twice for a whole series. That's for sure. And you already got your money?
Yeah, they got a team, man. I'm going Boston in 6.
You ain't believing in OKC, huh?
No.
Durant should have took his talents back to OKC like LeBron did when Cleveland was trending. You know what I mean? And then went back there and stole him another ring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different plus he had Kyrie. It's a different brand of basketball in the East Coast, and I don't think OKC is ready.
Yeah, I was telling a sports fan that too right away. Yeah, the East is weak. I'm like, man, they always talking about the NFC is weak and the East is weak. I've been hearing this nonsense for years. I was like, go back and look at who's winning the chips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I told them they used to say that in the 90s when the Bulls was, well, they're weak and the Bulls are always going to come out, but we got Seattle this year. We got everybody beating the Bulls. You know what I mean?
All these Johnny come latelys every year.
Yeah.
Seattle and Portland.
Yeah. Phoenix.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
All these victories they got on the tough West.
Yeah.
The Lakers. You know what I mean?
Michael Jeffrey Jordan step on the court. Next thing you know, yeah.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You heard Scottie Pippen. I was getting out of the way. Nutting up, wasn't he? Nutting up. And that's what Jordan said about him and Horace. You know, they talk about me shooting all the time, but it was the big moments they didn't want no part of it. Scottie just said.
Part of the ball. Yeah. Migraine headaches and
get out the way. That's what I was thinking. Get out the way.
There wasn't no part. I mean, but why would you? If you got the greatest closer in the history of closing, who the hell else is gonna get his damn ball to?
No, I get it. But mindset, bro, like I was out there, let's just say if we was going to Ant had it going down the stretch, or we was going to Torrey or something. My mindset, it ain't necessarily it's get out of the way, but it's when I get this ball, I'm dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Like my mindset ain't just get out of the way. This ain't spectating. You know what I'm saying? My mindset is getting in a position where, man, when he kicks this ball out, that's game. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of the way and just watch him do his thing. That's why Mike was shooting on 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, he had no choice, even until he got him drop dead gorgeous 3-point shooter out there. He just kicked that thing out to
Paxi? Oh, you mean Kerr?
He should either one of those motherfuckers. They were wide open.
Craig too. He got banned from the league. It's, like his political affiliations with the Nation of Islam, allegedly.
Damn shit, damn Kofi to the white.
Yeah.
It's surprising made it back on the plane.
He wore like a Fruit of Islam jacket, and then the Bush family didn't like it.
They've been killing people for years. I mean,
allegedly.
I'm surprised he didn't. They didn't. Lucky he didn't go back to the hotel room. They found him unalive.
Who's the face of the Chicago Bulls as currently constructed? We've got a couple of things here. You see his hair, and he's out there with the underage, but it was legal where he was. So, And then that was Josh Giddey, everybody. Nobody's talking about that. I guarantee you, if he was this guy had done it. This guy had done it. Oh, he'd be out of the league. Now you got this. Yeah, we don't want to take a chance. It's a character issue. That we don't want him around our family. You know what I mean? We got daughters and stuff.
Don't tell him what he do, my granddaughter.
Yeah, savage. So who you've been watching the Bulls? It's since the moves have been made. Who's the face of the Chicago Bulls right now? Let me know. A guy all the way in LA who could care less about the organization.
I'm going with Kobe White. He has a longer term contract. If they invest in the R. Kelly of the NBA, then he'd be the face of the franchise. But I think they're going to do it in the off season. But R. Kelly will have a chance to get into a bidding war with all the other teams.
Are you talking about R. Giddey?
Yeah, R. Giddey.
Yeah.
If I don't think the Bulls are going to invest in him before the season's over, although he's playing well. It would make sense for them to go ahead and see if they can get a team-friendly deal out of him. Since here we go, this team-friendly deal. Since they traded for him and brought him to Chicago and got him away from the controversy he was facing in OKC, I would go ahead and sign him. But I'd put Kobe.
But they're not trashing his name all through the media so they can devalue him and lower his next contract.
Got big horses. Come on.
He's not even American.
No.
Doesn't matter. He's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, man. He won't even play for the USA. No.
Yeah.
But I think that Kobe White's my franchise player. Even though Coach thinks he's too small at 6'5".
Coach was a 5-foot right guard and offensive guard. I mean, come on.
I think the kid is gonna keep developing as a player. They beat the brakes off the Lakers last night. My gosh! Now, how can you give up 146 points to a team that's in 10th place overall in the Eastern Conference, and consider yourself a respectable damn basketball team and have a chance to win a championship this season with LeBron and Bronny in place? But come on, 146 points. That's absolutely atrocious.
Atrocious.
All right,
let's take a look at this. So your face of the Bulls is Josh Giddey?
No.
Kobe White here.
Kobe White.
All right. Wild here. All right. Let's take a look at it. Yeah. We're gonna get I'm jumping the gun. Fix the Bulls, bro. I want you to tell me the top 3 items, and we're gonna go from lowest to highest. The most important is the last one we'll do. Fix the Bulls. What's the number 3 on your list?
Coach.
Coaching's number 3?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh,
Well, go ahead. You want to comment on that? Because then I'm gonna give you my number 3.
They would be better with a coachable star, but they haven't had a coachable star. While Billy Donovan.
No. Justify Corching. You said Corching's number 3 on your list. So justify why Corching is number 3 on your list, please.
I don't think he's a wartime consigliere. I don't think he can get it done from the beginning to the end with a pro team. He's an excellent college coach, and the mentality and the strategy that he uses and wants to instill in Chicago is a college system where you're running and gunning and running the team up and down, and defense is not a main priority at all.
A system that has never won in the NBA.
Yeah. So,
even when the Warriors were putting up points, the great Bulls teams, they were playing defense.
Yeah. So with no intent or ability to play defense, which comes from their coaching strategy, I think he just has to go. When they had a chance to get, the guy from Boston.
The guy's at Houston now, and they got in Houston right now is number 3 seed, I think. They're number 2 in the West right now. They won 9 straight.
Yeah, no interest.
We had interest in him right here on this show, right when all the turmoil was going on. But we went out and signed Josh Giddey amongst all the turmoil, but we couldn't get this guy.
Yeah, I think, well, let's say coaching slash.
There's no slash. Number 3 is your Corching. Yeah. My number 3 is you're going to rub your fence on the bum. Your bum on the fence. Now, my number 3 here, fella, is get rid of Vukovic. That's number 3 on my list. No, I'm not going to rub my fence. Get rid of Vukovic and Ball. So the reason I'm saying that, both those teams could help some, playoff teams, some teams that's actually playing for something. They're veterans. Get what you can. Get, whether it's draft capital, whether you're just unloading salaries, but get what you can. Move off Vukovic, because again, he's not going to get you anywhere. All right, and Ball, he's helped this team. He come back. He's a winner. He always wins, so this sounds contradictory. But he's gimpy out there, and it is what it is. And if some teams are willing to say, hey, we want to take a chance on this guy to get us a chip, stop holding on to this. Let it go. So that's my number 3, fella. And I'll move that into my number 2, which is Corching. There's no need to go into it because you just eloquently gave my point of view on it as well. I haven't been against Donovan. I tried to back him the first 2-3 seasons when you and Diesel were on here. Like, no, I don't feel that guy. He's dropped dead gorgeous, smart, had a good college career. So I thought maybe he could figure it out. But I was wrong. I was incorrect in that assessment. And so that's my number 2. And what's your number 2 there, fella? Fix the Bulls. Number 2 on your list.
Number 2 is we need a star. We need a star player. So if that involves your number 2 or moving Vukovic or moving.
Yeah, that's my number 3. Corching's my number 2.
Well, you're number 3. Yeah. If that involves moving Vukovic, which, that's fine because it really doesn't do much for this team, except for picking on smaller guys in the league. But anytime they shoot some athletes at him, he's neutralized. So I don't think he's going to be the player that's going to be your 5 when you're winning again. So Vooch and I've long felt that Ball should have been, on the first thing smoking once he got help.
Big up Ball, man. Big ups. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and I'm glad he got semi healthy and he's able to come out there and still play. But I've seen games where he's just come out with the opportunity to help them win or stay uh, viable in the game, and start jacking up shots. And I was like, well, where is this coming from? Is it maybe practice, or it's just a mentality that he's come about since he was injured so long, and he wants to come out and show that he can shoot? But no. The Bulls re-signed him. They gave him another contract. Now it's just a matter of, can you get rid of him? Can you package him up with maybe a Vukovic and get a stud in here, either a rim protector or a point guard, a dynamic point guard in here, based on moving those two or one player at a time. But eventually, Ball is not going to be healthy again. We've seen that in stretches of this year because he can't play back-to-backs. His minutes were limited and will be limited still, I think, going into the next season and the playoffs of this year, if they make the playoffs or the play-in game or whatever the hell the Bulls are playing for. So, I'm pretty sure I said it last year that he was damaged goods. And if he ever got back to playing healthy when we were getting the reports that he would be healthy again one day, that once he got healthy, they should put him on the first thing smoking and get him right out of town. There's got to be teams that are looking for a point guard to come off the bench and that will guide them, maybe give them some tough playoff minutes. But some of the games I've seen where he comes out and just shoots, where before his ability to lead the team was his greatest asset, and then his availability was the second greatest asset. And then
his athleticism and
Yeah.
his IQ. His game is based on
Yeah.
athleticism and IQ. We've lost the athleticism, but go ahead.
Yeah, and points this year we've lost the IQ because he comes out, and it really happened after Zach LaVine left, that he felt that he needed to come out there and shoot the team out of games, just like Zach LaVine used to do. So I don't know. Once you become the quote unquote star, or you're making the most money on the team, you just go out there and just jack the ball up and lose games for the Chicago franchise. So,
hey man, if I was the Bulls, bro, I'd have jack my body. When they out there jacking, I'd be playing that. Yeah, every time they shoot, jack.
Every time shoot one of them damn bricks up.
All right, so before we go into our number one, to fix the Bulls. You've been watching the Bulls. You mentioned to me that the young guns look pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Just give me an overview of why you said that and which pieces are you like, okay, we got some pieces and let's keep those pieces, fella.
Athletic, we do have some pieces, and Kobe White.
Pick up Pieces TV on YouTube. Sign up. Subscribe to Pieces TV. Cosmo D.
Yeah, Pieces TV. The Kobe White is definitely a piece you want to keep. Giddey, if you can get a good deal for him, bring him back on the team.
You're keeping our Giddey, huh?
Yeah, I'm keeping him.
Her body's telling me yes, but her parents are telling me no.
I drive around Walt Disney, Walter Payton High School, trying to find me.
Ain't nothing wrong with a bit of golden shower.
But yes, I would keep him, and I'm
big up Scales.
I'm hoping that the ball bounces in the Bulls' favor and they can get a top 5 pick this year. Once they get eliminated from the
What's
playoffs.
his fantasy, boss? Well, he thinks that the NBA is going to do another favor for the Bulls, like when they won the lottery for Derrick Rose.
They're not going to get no number
The
one.
plane.
They should. They should make the Bulls win again.
They
I mean,
sure
the Bulls
should.
paraphernalia is still selling at a high rate. Even though that the team stinks. I see Bulls.
Well,
Jack.
there's brim all over America. Big ups to the Blood Nation. Go ahead.
Okay.
Same thing with the Sox. It's gang undertones going on. But go ahead there, fella. Cubs gear too. A lot of Crips and big ups to the Big U. Free Big U.
I'm not out there in that area and that so
they're all over the country, but they're not in Chicago. But free Big U. Go ahead, fella.
So what is the fascination with the White Sox gear all over the country?
Well, it's just the black. They love the black colors, bro. You know, people. This whole generation, they love wearing black. Like when we was wearing the Raiders. You know what I mean? It's just a code. I don't know, bro. That's a good point. It's just cold though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Sox gear is cold, man. You know, it's just as a Cub fan, I just, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So I'd get the Raiders gear first, even though Al Davis never paid us.
Yeah. So
so who are you keeping? You said you're keeping Ball, Vukovic.
I'm keeping Giddy, Jaden Smith. He's a hurt big man, but I like his ability off the bench.
How old is he approximately?
He's in his mid-20s, like 26.
All right, you like his ability. Go ahead. I'm gonna look up their stats. Go ahead, Phil.
Jaden Smith. We're getting rid of Vooch. We need some, and the kids that they got coming off the bench, David Terry and Phillips. Those are some great second team players.
Dalen Terry, yeah, I saw him playing at one of my brothers at the NBA thing in Vegas. It was 117 summer league game, man. Dalen. I was like, man, because I've been a fan of his, but I saw him play. I'm like, what? So what is he doing? Is he showing some signs now?
He's playing more. He's getting more time now that he got rid of
Levine.
Got rid of Levine, yeah. No, there's 40, 45 shots a game. So,
let's take a look-see. All right. Kobe White is leading you with 20 points per game. Yeah. Okay, like it. He's one of our draft picks. Keep him. I'm a firm believer of stop moving off players when they're playing.
Yeah.
Vukovic, we never drafted him. He's old. He's, this is my number 3 thing. Let's get what we can for him. Yeah, while we can. He's double-figure rebounds. He's played defense. He can shoot that shot. There's playoff teams who want him.
They love him.
Josh Giddey is getting you 7 assists a game. Love it. And 1.2 steals. They said his defense was negative. He's leading the team in steals.
Yeah, he was young. You gotta learn how to play damn defense. But yeah, I'm bringing Josh.
What about this Matas Buzelis from the shithole country? You like him?
Yeah, he's a Chicago kid.
Is he?
Yeah, he went from Chicago to the G League, some G League elite team. And then the Bulls drafted him. I like him. He's 6'10". He just needs to get strong. He's a rookie. He just needs to get stronger and more athletic and raise his basketball IQ. Yeah, I like him.
Vukovic.
Patrick Williams got to go.
Who?
Patrick Williams.
We drafted him. He's getting you 9 points a game. Okay. Only 5.5 rebounds as a power forward. Are you kidding me?
He's a number 4 pick overall. He's hurt every year.
He's only getting you 5.5 rebounds?
That is correct. He's got to go. But we can't get rid of him. They gave him some money last year.
I know. Well, we're going to get to our number 1. We're not going to discuss that right now.
Number 1 is a consensus pick, but yeah.
All right. Your boy Giddy, our Giddy, 30 minutes a game. All right. He's played in 62 games. Big ups. 4 rebounds. Wait, how's it only 3 assists? When up here they say he's getting 6.9 assists.
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, here it is. I'm looking at the wrong line. Yeah, he's getting you 6.9 assists, bro. Rebounds, man, 8 rebounds. I like it. Okay, go ahead.
He's out rebounding your power forward.
All right.
Your number 4 overall pick, power forward.
Okay. All right. So you're hot on Giddy.
Yeah.
You're hot on Kobe Wright, right?
Yeah.
What about Ayu? I haven't heard you mention 12.3 points, 4 rebounds. He's getting you 5 assists, and he's getting you 30 minutes. You keeping Ayu?
Yeah, he came up to the job the other day. He still walks around in the neighborhood. Yeah, so
does he?
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Did you take a selfie with him for the Mouthpiece Incl show?
They told me as he was leaving out because I was in the back counting stage money.
Counting the stage money. All right. Kevin Huerter, he's given us 29 minutes a game. He's 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Who is this guy? Where do we get him? And are you hot on him?
We got him in one of those trades like
package,
the Levine deal, or one of them other bums we got rid of.
So. Might have been Levine because he's played 17 games.
Yeah. I like him off the bench. It depends on how much money he's making. If he's making a shit ton of money and his contract's up, good riddance.
How about this Trey Jones, point guard, played in 18 games, started in 9. He's playing 25 minutes. He's getting you 12 points per, 3 rebounds from the point guard position, 5 assists. Is he playing defense? Are you hot on him? Is he a keeper?
Solid, tough guy, can be developed. I would keep him, yes.
Copper color?
Yes.
Yeah, drop dead gorgeous name.
Mm-hmm. No, he can. He balls. He takes care of the rock. What is his turnovers?
Well, who's this Trey Jones? Oh, we just did Trey. Oh, Trey Jones. Okay, I was thinking Kevin Huerter. You said you're hot on him. How did we get him? And he's part of the deal.
I'm sorry about Trey Jones. Kevin Huerter is. You take him or leave him. I think his contract. He's a salary cap dump. I think his contract might be up at the end of the
year. And you guys, these numbers are inflated because we run up and down scoring all these points.
Yeah.
All right. Zach Collins, drop dead gorgeous. Yeah. 17 games played, 22 minutes a game. Oh, he's getting you double figures, 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 8.8 steals, 0.7 blocks. You hot on Zach Collins, or are you shipping him out?
No, I keep him on my bench.
Because Patrick Williams, right? Because he plays the same position as your boy Patrick Williams.
Yeah, first thing smoke.
52 games played, 35 started. He's getting you 26 minutes a game, 9 points. That's terrible. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. This guy's garbage.
Yeah.
So you're moving off him.
Number 4 pick in the draft, you're damn right. If I can get whatever I can package him up, if I can package him and Vooch up to go to a team.
Yeah, they might do that. Yeah. That's a good package, actually, bro. Mm-hmm. Or you just cut him for cash considerations. You spit in his face. We took $500,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a big disappointment.
I agree. All right, Jalen Smith, power forward. He's there. He's played in 58 games. He's only started 1. He's getting you Jalen and Patrick Williams. Jalen Smith. In 15 minutes, he's getting you the same points that this other guy is getting at the same position. 8 points. He's getting you more rebounds. This is all effort stuff.
Yeah, I like him.
And where did we get him? Did we draft him?
He was a free agent pickup. And
so he wasn't a 4th overall draft capital?
No. He was a free agent pickup after last offseason.
Seems like he should be getting Patrick Williams minutes.
He's had some injuries this season, but
how old is he?
I believe he's in his mid-20s.
Okay.
They're probably about the same age, him and Patrick Williams.
Tall guy, 6'10"?
Yeah. And can pop out for the 3.
All right, we talked about Buzelis. You keeping Buzelis?
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, I like him.
So they bring Ball back on a GIMP. Mm-hmm. They're proving that he could at least play, but they want to play him until he gets hurt and he has no value.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you got any team that's interested in him.
They have had teams, bro.
I get. He's
Yes.
gotta go.
These guys didn't want to trade him. Same thing with Vukovic, bro. They were getting offers, bro.
What are you playing for right now? You playing for the 8th, 9th, or 10th seed?
You're playing for that guy out of Duke. That's what you're playing for.
Yeah. So however many draft balls you get in the machine or whatever the hell fantasy they got going for this for this lottery. Yeah, that's what you need to be working on. But ball, if you got teams that are interested in him, dump that contract and get rid of him and move on.
All right, so he started 14 games, played in 35, getting you 22 minutes per, 8 points, okay, 4 rebounds, as much as our power forward.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But only 3 assists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shooting.
Yeah, for him, that's low.
Mm-hmm.
But you say you want to keep him? I'm moving off Ball. I told you. I'm moving off Ball and packaging him with Vukovic.
Well, he's on the first thing smoking. I said that last year. As soon as he got healthy, and you had teams that are interested in him, get rid of him. But
I trade them for 5 loose squares.
Lucy's.
Yeah. All right. Who is this Torrey Craig giving us played in 9 games? 1 started, 12 minutes. Look at this. 12 minutes. This guy, what? 12 minutes. This small forward is getting us 7 points. He must not be dropped there. Go 12 minutes a game. Yeah. 3 rebounds. It looks like he needs some time. All right. Torrey Craig.
One of those trades, but he might be hurt.
Is he young?
Oh, they got rid. Yeah. Yeah.
Did we draft him? No, it looks like we picked him up in one of those deals.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Who is Taylor Horton Tucker with these 3 names? He's played in 50 games. Yes. Where did he come from? He's playing 11 minutes, getting you 5 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Are you keeping him? Who is he? Where did he come from?
He's a product of Chicago Simeon.
Is he?
Yeah. No.
All right. Speaking of Chicago high schools, Julian Phillips. He's you know what I mean?
I never noticed that.
All right, well, he's getting the 69 games played, started in 3, playing 14 minutes. So he's, 5 points a game. He's getting you 2 rebounds. All right. This dude, where'd he come from? How old is he? And are you keeping him?
He's a 2nd round draft pick. He's developing for what he's making. Absolutely.
All right, your boy Dalen Terry, who's been doing this. Where was he drafted? 1st round, definitely.
Dalen Terry, I think he might have been the end of the 1st round, or
might have been a lottery pick.
No, definitely not.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, this guy is giving you 12.7 minutes a game. He's your 1st round pick. Getting you 4 points. He's not even getting the assist. And when they brought him in, they told us they drafted him because they had thoughts of Scottie Pippen. You just went and wax poetically about him. So you're not going to move off this kid. It's not his fault they drafted him too early, huh?
No, not moving off. He's a project.
Damn, we got stupid management.
He's a busy player. What's Dalen Terry?
All right, Pookie Javon Carter. He sounds like he's waiting to get arrested. 7.5 minutes. He's getting you 4 points. What about Javon? You keeping him?
Who? Javon Carter? No. He's he's between the street and the end of the Bulls bench. So
yeah, he's nothing to think about. All right, these other guys probably not worth talking about. All right, so let's get to what's that?
Dalen Terry was drafted out of Arizona, 2022, 1st round, 18th overall.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. 2022, we've had this kid. This is 2025, bro. And they told us he was Scottie Pippen. It didn't take Scottie Pippen was balling after 3 seasons.
Yeah, we got to move off of.
He had put on weight. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
yeah, this kid, he's still on a rookie deal.
Yeah, they're not taking the game seriously. Is he a defender? Is he a dog on D? Can you tell me?
He's a leaper. And he shoots the corner 3. But
is he a dog on D?
Come on, they give up 120 points a game. Nobody's on D. No.
All right. So number one on your list, if you're in charge of the Bulls, they brought you in there, made you president. What's number one on your list to fix the Bulls? When you come in, you're talking to ownership. This is what I need to do, or I'm not taking a gig.
Yeah, I talked to him about the Chicago Bears and let him know eventually the Bears should fire Ryan Poles. Then I just move right on into firing the general manager and his assistant and whoever running the front office of the Bulls immediately. If you're going to bring me in as president, I'm going to bring in somebody that knows something about basketball, making deals, and putting a team together. So that's what I would do. I'd let them know that the general manager, Artunas or Sharuchavas, or whatever his name is, needs to be fired immediately. That would be my number one concern, number one job topic, number one goal, number one agenda.
Who is this guy? Mark Aversley. I said Bulls GM, and they pulled up Copper Color.
Yeah.
Is the general manager of the Bulls. Eversley's family moved from London to Toronto when he was 4. What is this?
Well, maybe the other guy's the president. Whatever. Everybody needs to go.
When did he come in? I thought the other guy was making these player acquisitions.
I did too.
I've never seen. Have you ever seen this Copper Color guy?
I've seen him, but
did you know he was a GM?
No.
This is terrible. How long has he been GM?
Oh, that tells you. You got to find a picture of his other half. He's probably a Mark Poles, Ryan Poles.
This doesn't make sense, and they won't get American guys who've been students of the game. Who is president? This is crazy, bro. Chicago. I didn't know they had a Copper Color guy by way of Toronto, bro. Chicago Bulls owner Michael Reinsdorf. Should be Jerry Reinsdorf. Are they loose? Oh, it's the son. All right. Okay. Hold up. Hey, something's wrong here. Who is president? What's the guy's name you just said? Because that's the guy I thought was running it. What the
Aruna Shoroshavis or something?
Yes. Yeah. What position? They'll be like, "Are you Russian?" They'll be like, "I'm Armenian." Are you Armenian? They'll be like, "I'm Russian." Hey, look, man. All right, what position? Aronas, Chicago Bulls. Yeah, Aronas Carnivorous. Executive VP of basketball operations. All right. Yeah. So we're targeting him.
Karnasovas and Mark Eversley. Yeah, I'm firing both of them immediately.
When was he hired? Hold on, before we put this brother to the coals, because he's made some moves, and like you said, they're looking good and young. March 1st, 2020. Oh, hell no. He's got to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. So it's going to be that VP, who's ever in charge of hiring the GM and all that. All y'all got to go. I'm replacing him. That's what you're saying?
Both of you guys were in the room when you decided to give Zach LaVine a max contract after he wanted to be courted in
Supermax.
Supermax, yeah.
They might be money laundering. Also, bro, they were in the room when they decided to take Patrick Williams. They were in the room when they kept deciding to re-sign Lonzo Ball, not even on team-friendly deals, and he couldn't even do his laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pain-free. Pain-free.
Make it up the stairs, pain-free. And then, and he got healthy this year, and you had teams interested, and you're not willing to trade him? Come on, man. That's absolutely nuts.
So we're in agreement. I want to throw that out there. That's number one on my list as well to fix the Bulls. And I hope you're listening, Michael Reinsdorf, because you may need to be on the list, but we know you're the owner, so that's not going to happen. Where will the Bulls finish this season? Let's go ahead back to the NBA standings. I mean, what is this, Groundhog's Day, Ace? Is this Groundhog's Day? That every time I look up, the Bulls are 9th 10th type of seed, flirting with flirting. All right. To your point, they're trending. They've won 7 out of their last 10 games, which is just enough to make Ryan Poles and this other guy and everybody think that, oh, yeah, we just got to keep moving in the same dumbass direction. Bro, we're 13-22 at home. Who put this team together? 23-23 in conference. 18, we're better on the road than we are at home.
Mark Eversley and Arunas Koronovich. Yeah. Came together.
Okay. So you got the Heat, who got rid of our player who we once had, Jimmy Butler, removed off of him.
Yeah.
And they're still got the same record as us, essentially. What are the Bulls going to do this year, bro? Are we going to win a play-in game? Are we going to get the 7th seed? Too far. Yeah, we might be able to get that. But you tell me, bro. Where will the Bulls finish this season as far as seeding? What will they do in the playoffs, if any playoffs?
We're going to lose a play-in game, and the season's going to be over, and we'll start focusing on the draft.
Agreed. Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself.
It's the same thing every year. You need a star player. You need to get rid of these. You got a guy. You paid what is Patrick Williams' contract? You paid this guy. You know he was hurt last year. You know he gave you minimal effort, and you still paid this dude to come back.
Because the league's got a minimum salary cap that these idiots see. I think they're squeezing pennies into manhole covers more than the Bears are. I think Reinsdorf is cheaper than the McCaskey family. Is that fair to say at this point? Remember how he did Pippen? Remember how he did Phil Jackson? Remember how he did Jordan?
Yeah, we definitely can see that on the Southside baseball team.
Is he Ozanowski? Is he Ozanowski? Go ahead, Phil. Reinsdorf
signed a 5-year, $90 million contract extension with the Chicago Bulls in June of 2024, keeping him with the team through 2028 and 2029.
So all that money you gave him, also you can't trade him.
Yeah, just like the Zach LaVine deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they were winning you playoff series.
And his final year is a player option.
Player option?
Yeah.
What year is that? His final year?
2028, 2029.
You got to be joking, man. He didn't deserve that, in my opinion.
Absolutely not. I would have. At max gave him a 3-year deal if I was going to keep him, but I would have. I'd let him go.
And it would have been a team option on that 3rd year, and he'd have been flirting with $12 million a year.
Yeah.
You go out there and you get courted.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have told him. They want to court you, you get courted. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. All right. So you got the Bulls. We got the Bulls out in the play-in.
Oh, and he was a restricted free agent last summer when he had been out there court.
Well, I'm going to change it. I think the Bulls will win the play-in because you said they've been trending, and I'm not going to take that away from them. They've won 7 out of their last 10. So I think they'll get in. And then they'll probably win one, maybe get swept, or win one game against the Cavs. We'll have Bulls Cavs. First round.
They cannot beat Cleveland.
In one game?
They cannot beat Cleveland in any game. They can
We won 7 out of our last 10 games, bro, since we made the move.
Man, they can run up on Cleveland in the first half of any game.
Uh-huh.
Once they start giving Donovan Mitchell the ball in the second half of the game, the Bulls cannot stop.
You've been watching the games. You said you're high on the Bulls.
I am high on the Bulls. We're talking about the playoffs. Playoffs?
All right. And you did mention the coach can't be trusted and big. All right. All right. I got the Bulls winning the play-in. I'm going to update that, and then they're going to have a first round of the playoffs because Adam Silver knows his bum has been exposed. You know what I mean? And the team owners are like, wait a minute, we're paying $6 billion for these teams. We need, advertising money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's all I got. But what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just looking at more of the information on Patrick Williams. And
Yeah, go ahead.
Seeing how such a boneheaded deal that was. If this guy's a restricted free agent and you drafted him number 4 overall, but he's injury prone and he hasn't really shown you any potential as a NBA starter, why the hell would you give him a 5-year, $90 million contract before he even hit the free agent market? Sit him out there and let him get courted and his bum tapped or whatever the hell you need to do. I think you get a draft pick if they.
No, you're right. Yeah, take the draft, but yes, and he's restricted. So all you had to do was match what they offered.
Yeah.
Let him get courted.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, those guys got to go.
They're probably getting kickback from some of these players on these deals, bro. I know this sounds far-fetched for everybody, but put your 10 hats on. If I'm running an organization and I can tell somebody, look, Bronny, we're going to give you, $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the GM, but you're going to have to funnel me $10 million of that.
You buy me my summer house in the Hamptons.
In the Hamptons.
Yeah. And I need this kind of car and send my kid to private school.
And you're going to put this money into my foundation.
Yeah.
And then they're, why they take Big U and arrest him and say he's a criminal enterprise and he's doing something that nobody else is doing with these charitable organizations. $4 billion of money to help the homeless. They don't even know where it is. And what do? They go arrest Big U and put it all over the internet and all over the newsways. What happened to the money, bro, that they gave to help the homeless problem?
We don't know what happened.
Yeah. But Big U allegedly scammed X amount of dollars here and there, bullied some people here and there, and the federal government can do all of that, but then they don't pursue, say, for instance, Donald Trump or Elon Musk.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up Donald Trump, Elon Musk. Yes.
They've been voted in and approved.
All right, bro. Unless you got something to say, man. Go ahead with your final words there, fella.
My final words are I like this young organization. They need to make some changes. We need to find a star here in Chicago.
Yeah, because Kobe White's the face of the team, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's the face of the team, but we need to win in this league. You need 2 or 3 stars. You need a superstar, and you can have Kobe White can still be the face of the team, but he's not an NBA superstar at this time. He's not a guy who's going to come out and drop 50 on the team, any given night.
And lock down on defense and close the game out.
No. By the time he gets to the end of the game, he's winning. So, I don't know if he's smoking Newports out here in Chicago or what's going on.
Loose squads.
But we still need some more talent here in Chicago. We've got a lot of twos, second-team players. We've got a couple of starters. I'm looking for Moxis to ascend next year with another year of conditioning and strip training. He's a good kid. He's an aggressive kid, but he's still, he's 19 years old. How much is he going to do for your ball club? And the main thing for the Chicago organization is to clean house with the general manager and coaching staff, which I don't think
and vice president.
Yeah, vice president and your coaching staff and general manager. But I don't think Reinsdorf would do that because they would have to pay these guys along with paying a new coach, new general manager.
They probably got him because they cheap, just like the Bears got Poles because he was cheap.
Absolutely. So we're in another Chicago organization that has some structural problems as far as spending money on talent. And we know Reinsdorf is cheap. You can put it on the son, Mark, but we know the dad was cheap. Anybody let Michael Jordan and his marketing dollars walk out of town and go to the Washington Wizards to exploit when they could have exploited them here
Oh, because you didn't want to pay Phil Jackson, who went off and won multiple chips somewhere else.
Some kind of idiot. I mean, for Krause to tell him that this, I knew that the team was gonna be upwards of $75 million in the damn '90s to bring all those guys back, and Reinsdorf wasn't willing to do it, even though they still could have won. They still filled up the arena, and it's about
Oh yeah, Reinsdorf said they didn't want to pay the luxury tax, and he's got investors they got to get money to. He said "F y'all fans" and all that.
Yeah. It's an organization that needs to be sold. I know people are out there with dollars that can take this team off his hands, just like they can take there's a lead investor for the White Sox that's looking to take stocks off the Reinsdorf books. Maybe he can stay a minor partner or whatever. You're still going to make money, but sell the damn team, man. Let somebody who's interested in winning and having an organization that is top tier, that has 6 championships hanging in the banners, in the rafters, take over this team and move forward. So I'll make that a 1A as far as our reasons that the Bulls aren't winning, and a way to fix the team is to change ownership and let somebody who's willing to run this team successfully, besides the luck of the draw of getting a generational shooting guard in here that
or getting Derrick Rose. Go ahead.
Yeah. Propel your ass into playoff contention, because it's not going to happen with your organization. So sell the team, let somebody else do it, and let's move on to the next era of Chicago Bulls basketball. Maybe the Bears will be sold now that Mother McCaskey has passed on, and they can move on and to the next era of Bears football, and the White Sox will be taken from Reinsdorf by this investor that wants to take all the majority shares and own the White Sox. If been said for years that our ownership and our organizational structures are bad and need to be changed, so now is the time. The dollars are out there. The Boston Celtics showed you what your team is worth. I forgot the last NFL team that was sold. It was Washington Commanders, I think, that went for a few $1 billion. So, hey, sell the damn team and move on. Stop making us fans of Chicago miserable by watching this product that you put out here year after year stink and suck because you don't want to pay any money or pay any managers or presidents that know what the hell they're doing that can bring a winner to Chicago. Sell the White Sox, sell the Bulls, sell the Bears. It's not personal. You're going to come out fantastic. You're going to be fantastic after the sale of all of these franchises. So just do it and do the fans of Chicago a favor. And that's my final words. Reinsdorf, McCaskies, take the money and run. That will make
you
fans
bought
of
the team
Chicago
for
happy.
you bought the team for peanuts.
Yeah,
both teams.
They didn't buy it. They didn't even buy the Bears. It's been just in their family name for the last 100 plus years. So yeah, and I know the Bears are a money-making machine. The NFL is a money-making machine. All you got to do is wake up in the morning, NFL makes money. But come on,
I'm talking Bulls. He bought the Bulls for peanuts.
Absolutely. And now what was the last sale was the Clippers for a couple $1 billion.
Yeah.
And now the Celtics are worth $6 billion.
You can get $4 billion for the Bulls.
Yeah, easy money.
Maybe 5.
Yeah, maybe 7. It is a major market, just like Boston. But
and they bought the Sox when nobody wanted to watch the White Sox play. They bought the Sox when they bought up those teams for peanuts, right off into the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, monetarily, there's no reason to hold on to these franchises anymore. You got the championship. You got your World Series in 2005. You got your 6 championships with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. The Bears, you got plenty of championships, and you won the Super Bowl '85. Yeah, let it go. And that's my final word. Sell, sell, sell. You can't lose in this market. Sell. Peace. Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do. It's the Bears in a prime position to sell the team. They got land. They got a stadium deal they're working on, and I don't know if they're gonna wait for the stadium to be built, but it makes no sense. Get rid of the team. Let somebody else have the headache. Take the money and run. And Reinsdorf, come on, man. You telling me that your pride in the White Sox organization and the Bulls organization is keeping you from selling this team and riding in the sunset with billions of dollars? You got to be kidding. You got to sell. You got to sell. Sell when it's high. Sell when it's high. I mean, even though the Sox set a record for losses last year, there's no way that an MLB franchise isn't worth selling at this time. If somebody was to move them, I'd be sorry to see them go. But yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time. And most fans said in the negative sense that these guys don't care about. I'm sure they care about the teams, but monetarily, it's like when you had your grandparents or your great grandparents, and they say you pay how much for that candy bar when I was buying candy bars, it was a nickel. Yeah, well, the candy bars are $1. $1 for a Snickers, $1 for an old Reggie bar. No, yeah. So yeah, let somebody else run their business model through the franchise and pay you to go away. Because ultimately in business, that's what you want. You want somebody to pay you to go away and sail off into the sunset. And, you can still negotiate or have your suite or whatever you want to do, come to the games, which, if that's what you want to do. You're going to give me $6 billion for my basketball team and a couple $1 billion for my baseball team. Yeah. God bless you and good night. I'm out.
Man, I was saying maybe Jerry named Michael Reinsdorf after Michael Jordan, but Jerry Reinsdorf's middle name is Michael.
Yeah.
Should have told you something right there. But great final words there, fella. As we wrap up this episode, we invite you to carry forward the excitement and debate sparked by our in-depth look into our beloved Chicago Bulls. We explored what it truly means to be the face of a franchise. Right now, it's Kobe White, breaking down the layers of talent and potential that defines this current iteration of our Bulls, while also venturing into our bold NBA final predictions. Our discussion was more than just numbers and stats, though. It was about capturing the passion, the resilience, and drive that elevates the game to something extraordinary. Shifting our focus to the world of polytricks. I skipped that topic, but we'll still talk about it. We connected the fervor of sports with the dynamism of current political hot topics by traversing the intersections of athletic ambition and social change. We aim to offer a fresh perspective on how these realms influence our daily lives. Thank you all for joining us on this multifaceted journey. Whether you're tuning in for the sports insight or the political commentary, your engagement fuels the conversation, reminding us all that in both arenas, every voice and every choice matters. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, stay passionate about the stories that shape our current world. We appreciate all the support and enthusiasm for this pod. Should you guys have any questions or need further information, feel free to ask. Stay tuned, stay passionate, bear down, and as always, Ace.
FGB.
Thanks. And if anybody doesn't know what he's talking about the Green Bay Packers.
FGB. FGB.
That's right. FGB. So you find yourself sliding through the city of Chicago.
TATN.
You might be out west, over on the lake, where the Uncle Remus is. You might be on the south side, over east. You going to Kurt's? Yeah, they got 3 pigeon wings for 99 cents and fries with 2 pieces of bread and sauce. It's got to be a drug front. Big up Kurt's. There's no way. There's no way. Who did the math? All right. You better watch your back. Check your sex. Use your blind spot assist. To be aware is to be alive.
Man, get off the side of my car.
No, homie, I just wanted to ask you. No, we good, homie. Yeah, we good. We good. You better guard your grill. R.I.P. George Foreman. Knuckle up.
Shout out to the refrigerator there.
And don't forget to free Chief Malik. And don't forget to free Jeff Ford. And don't forget to bring down Mouthpiece.
Free Kills.
Free Kills. Free Vic U. Free all the guys.
All the guys.
Prison of slavery. We got Dr. West in the building, Self Love Show Tuesday.
Hello.